Stop killing each other. Make me a medicine that's gonna kill this disease and heal all these people.
I'm King Melvin Brown, and I'm here to actually do a interview with a very interesting person. Her name is Anita Jones. You probably heard of her in New York Global magazine. She hit the cover of New York Global magazine, and also she recently was on an interview at WPAT. So she's going to be here very shortly, and she's going to have a very interesting story. She's getting ready to do a how-to video. So I'm going to introduce you to Anita Jones, and it's going to be quite exciting. So stay tuned and wait for me to introduce you to Anita Jones.
This is Anita Jones. I appeared on Mind Tuning Multimedia.
Hi, I'm King Melvin Brown from MTM Network TV. And I'm at Cody, I think the Cody Arena, and it's in Orange County. And I'm excited here with Anita Jones because she is very interesting. You know, my show's about interviewing interesting people. And Anita Jones fit that category of being interesting. Why? Because she's a black ice skater. I mean, they probably are some, but I don't know too many of them. So I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit about herself.
Thank you, King Melvin. It's a pleasure to be interviewed by you. As I said, my name is Anita Jones. I'm an adult figure skater. I started freestyle skating as an adult. I actually have been competing for several years, and I have over 70 medals and certificates.
Well, wait a minute. 70 medals. Do you got any medals?
Yes, I did bring a few.
Okay, well, we're going to have to show them up because you know I'm from Missouri. You got to show me. 70 medals? Not that I don't believe you, but...
Medals and certificates. I couldn't bring them all.
Okay.
So I brought a few if you give me a moment.
A really interesting interview, and I have to shout out some of my sponsors, New York Global Biz Magazine, and our CFC, Christian Fellowship Council on WPAT. And also, we also have a radio affiliation, King and Queen Radio out of Brooklyn, and I'm very excited about New York Global Magazine because this interesting person that I have interviewing, she's on the cover of New York Global .biz magazine. I mean, and look at all those wonderful, those incredible medals. I mean, so talking about medals, I think you have a few of them here, and they're very impressive. Tell me a little bit about those medals, because you told me you had medals, and I saw all these medals draped all over you. This is a wonderful shot. So tell me about these medals, because I didn't believe you, but you said you had over how many?
I have over 70 medals and certificates.
So you know I had to check it out. I had to verify. So whoa, come and talk to us about these medals.
This medal here is the first competition I ever did, and I came in first place. And this large medal here is from France. I competed in France at a competition called the Mountain Cup, and I came in third place. And this medal is from sectionals, a competition, and I think I came in second place. These two medals are from a competition I did in Montclair at the Clary Anderson Arena, and I came in first place. So those are just some of my medals.
Well, I just want you to understand that just tell me the story about how you got involved, because that's pretty interesting. I don't hear a story like this all the time.
I skated off and on seasonally as a kid, but I never took lessons. I never did freestyle skating. But when I was around 18 or 19 years old, I was skating at Lasker Rink in New York City, and I saw this beautiful African-American skater doing jumps and spins. Her name was Serene Newsom. And I was so inspired. I don't think I would have ever started freestyle skating if I hadn't seen her. So I approached her. I asked her who her coach was, and she told me who he was. He was Joe Scherer, and I started taking lessons with him. And she and I became very good friends. So that's how I first started freestyle skating. I was inspired by a black person because I had always watched skating on TV, but you know, I didn't see any people of color. She was the first person of color I saw doing freestyle skating.
I just want to ask you, what inspired you to create a skating how-to video? That's exciting.
The book, I was inspired by Ermatias Mitchell, who actually is the creator of a New York Global magazine. And also the video that I will be creating, I was inspired by her as well. She was, you know, she helped me, she encouraged me to write the book, she helped me to write the book. And then she said, you know what, I was at Bryant Park this past winter and I saw some black girls trying to skate and they didn't know what they were doing.
I was with her.
Oh, you were with her?
Yeah, they were pretty nervous. They were like holding on to that bar for dear life.
Right, so she said, why don't you create a video just showing people the very basics of skating, what the equipment they need, what they need to do to start skating, just the very basics.
Well, I think that's incredible. And I think you're going to do some warm-ups and
Yes.
things of that nature.
Yes.
And you're going to talk about the kind of equipment. You want to talk about the equipment, what kind of equipment they need and anything of that nature?
Yes, I will. I did bring some, I have 2 pairs of skates. My skates that I'm going to be skating on today
Okay.
for shoulder training. And I also have my brand new skates,
Okay.
which I can show, you know, how a skate looks. So these are my new skates.
Okay, okay.
And so as ice skate, you can buy an ice skate from a sports, you know, a sports store or a skating arena ice shop. They call it an ice shop where everything is together. But this is a boot that I had fitted. So it's a leather boot. And then they fit you for the boot, and you select the blade. So this is the blade here, and as you can see, it's nailed on.
Wow. Okay, I never knew that. That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
So it's actually the boot, and you can add the blade on it.
Yes.
Wow. I thought they will always come together. Do some of them come together?
Yeah.
Or you can-
If you buy it at an ice skate at a sports goods store, you can buy it, or it'll come all together. But when you become more serious about skating, if you're going to be skating, say 4 times a week, you want to have your own boot, you want to make sure you have a good fit, you go to a skate shop, which is usually at a skating rink, and they will fit you for the boot, and they'll help you to select a blade. And the blade depends on your level of skating.
Wonderful. That's very interesting. Can I ask you a question? What is more expensive, the one that comes already made or the one that you just buy the boot and then put the blade on?
The ones where you have to buy the boot separate from the blade.
Those are more expensive?
Those are more expensive.
Mm.
So skates, you can get a skate for a cost of $50 up to like $1,000, $2,000, depending on the type of boot you need.
Got it. Wow, that's an interesting range. Okay, wow, that's I learned something. So that means I'm gonna have to get some skates.
Yes, you decide how often. It depends on how often you skate. If you're just skating once in a while, you could just buy a boot from a sporting goods store that's already has the boot and the blade attached.
Okay, gotcha.
Already. And then you maybe could get that for like $50 to $100.
Okay.
But if you start skating and you find you enjoy it and you're going to be skating a lot and you want to have the greatest comfort, you know, and be able to skate to the next level, then you probably go to a skate shop at a skating rink and get yourself fitted for a boot and a blade.
Well, I want to ask a question about, because I do equestrian, I ride horses, and they have different protective gear, and I want to know about what is this? Because before I started riding those horses, I had to have, you know, the proper helmet, you know, the proper shoes. And so what is the protective gear and some safety measures that, you know, amateurs need to know about?
I would say, for my experience, the hardest falls on your knees because there's no flesh there, it's just bone. So I would say knee pads, particularly for a ranked beginner. So I'll just show you a sample.
Yeah, that makes sense. Knee pads?
Yes.
That makes sense. Because I just want y'all to know that this is really...
So these are some knee pads here. And you can also get elbow pads for your elbows because there's no flesh there, there's bone there.
That makes sense.
And some people wear helmets, like this helmets you would use for like a lightweight helmet that you might use for rollerblading, or that you might use for rollerblading or hockey. Just some, maybe not a helmet that large, but one that you would use for like rollerblading or when you're cycling.
Well,
a lightweight helmet.
Well, I think that's some very interesting tips. Also, what about exercise and because warm-ups and so this is the demonstration warm-ups that you would need to really get in the flow and get your body ready.
Right.
Okay. Let's see what that's about.
So you really want to like warm up your arms and your shoulders and your quads. So what I do is I do a stretch. You'll see runners do this stretch like this. I hold it like 10 seconds. Then I'm going to turn this way. So I'm working, stretching my legs, my calves, and my quads. Then I'll put my knee down. Then I'll stretch this way, hold 10 seconds, and then I'll go this way. And then I'll do the other side. I'll go this way. Then I'll go that way. And then I'll go that way. So I'm stretching out my quads and my calves and my ankles. Then I will go like this way to stretch my waist. And then this way and the other side. Then I'll stand. And I'm stretching my calves some more and quads. Because these are muscles that you're going to be using when you're skating, and your arms and your shoulders as well at the same time. Then I might do some forward shoulder rolls, some back shoulder rolls, head rolls in both directions. Then stretch out the arms. Shoulder stretch, go overhead, holding them like 10 seconds, both sides. Then some breathing. Deep breathing like that. And also a little jump rope. Also your jumping jacks. Maybe do like 25.
Oh, that's a good one there. Gotta get it all going.
And maybe your alternate jumping jack.
Very good.
Maybe crisscross.
Okay, all right. Fancy there, okay. Nice.
So now you're all warmed up.
All right. Wait a minute, we getting ready to actually see you on ice?
Yes.
Oh, I've been waiting for that. Okay. Don't expect for me to go on ice. This segment is very interesting because this is for beginners how to conduct themselves safety-wise on the ice.
Right. Yeah, so mainly when you have never been on the ice before, you want to stay near the barrier, right? So you just want to stay here, and everything. Most of the things you're going to do is near the barrier. You never want to be in the center without your coach. If you just started skating. So what I'm going to do is just show a little bit of, like 1 foot skating on 1 foot.
Okay.
1 foot like that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Just do your thing.
Oh, okay.
But each demonstration, let us know what you're doing.
Okay. So that's the like marching type thing. So you just get used to the ice. So you're just kind of marching. And eventually you'll glide. You'll glide on one foot, so you're gonna sway from one side to the other. That would be your goal. And the action is coming from the knees and pushing out. Knees and pushing out. That's what you want to do. And the next thing you want to do, your goal is to learn crossovers, which is your push out this way and this foot here is pushed out. And then this part is going to go through. Now you might start off when you're just, when you're just learning, you might have to just go like this. To get used to that. But you're going to lean into the circle. The crossovers, you're creating a circle. You're going to lean into the circle. And so also, an important thing is, how are you going to go from forward to backwards? And the way you're going to do that is with a 3-turn. That's your 3-turn. And the 3-turn is key to all spins. If you see somebody spinning, they're using a 3-turn. They're gliding on the outside edge and you're turning. So that's how you're going to go from like forward to back. And you do it. We call these swizzles, like the feet come in and out, because that's going to work on the calves. A lot of bending on the ice. The lower you bend down, you have a lower center of gravity, and you feel more in control. What happens with a lot of beginner skaters, they like stick like this. But if you bend, you have more control. And these are some of the things when you, in like group lessons, they teach you how to squat. So that, you get that lower center of gravity. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about, we mentioned 3 turns, but I want to talk about edges. So this is inside edges, and outside is outside of the skate. So this is your inside edge, and this is your outside edge. So like right now, I'm on the outside. I'm on the left forward outside edge. Then I'm on the right forward outside edge. So left forward outside. The inside edges, inside edge. Are you on the inside? Because you're in the inner part of the skate. Those are just your basic edges. You have to know. We talked about the 3-turn, and I mentioned earlier, the 3-turn is very important because you can use it for spins. For example, I'll show you a 1-foot spin. do a spin.
Oh, nice.
That's why the 3 turns are so very important. So the next thing I'm going to show, very important, is how to stop. The simplest stop would be like a T-stop. So you drag the leg behind, stop. You don't want to be like going like to the barrier like that. So the most important thing is stop, T-stop. Very important.
Good. See you next channel. Melvin Brown with MTM TV Network. And you just saw that we had a very interesting interview with Anita Jones, the ice skater, and she told me an interesting story. She said this gentleman is standing next to me right here. She's been skating here for quite some time, and this is like home for her. And we just want to give him some love because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place, a beautiful space, and we just want to know a little bit about this wonderful gentleman. Who are you? And,
thank you.
And how do you fit into this wonderful facility?
Well, my name is Stephen Ruggiero. I've been the Director General Manager of Essex County Cody Arena for the past 13 years, and Anita's been coming a couple times a week. She skates here. As you see, we have our beautiful rink behind us. The county executive has done a wonderful job with the entire complex, with all the improvements, and I am just one of those who have benefited from working for the county executive, and just very excited to be on board.
Well, I just want to just say that it's just a pleasure to see such a great facility. And this facility, how long has it been around?
Since 1954.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, I've been here the last 13 years. I skated here playing ice hockey as a youth, and live right in Verona, so I'm pretty close by, and this is my home.
Well,
home away from home, I should say.
Home away from home. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time and just being opening up this wonderful facility and making Anita. She's on the cover of our magazine, NewYorkGlobal.biz, and she just did an interview with us with WPAT, and she's getting ready to do her own channel slot on our TV station.
That's
so we're
wonderful.
Very excited about it.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
The next thing I want to show, very important, is how to stop. The simplest stop would be like a T-stop. So you drag the leg behind, stop. You don't want to be like going like to the barrier like that. So the most important thing is stop, T-stop. Very important.
This is wow. This is the outfit, huh? The professional outfit.
Yeah, this is the skating dresses
Well,
we wear.
Well, it's we're gonna do the freestyle, I think, right now. You're just gonna just hang out and
Yes.
show us how it is to be gliding and just being free and having fun.
Okay.
Okay.
At first, I'm going to warm up over there at the barrier.
Okay.
So I'll demo some of them. It's a little more advanced warm up.
Okay. All
You
right.
know, so when the skaters become more advanced, they can do this warm up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
Remember earlier we were talking about the 3-turn? So from that basic 3-turn, you do your spins. Like I just did a scratch spin. I'll do another one. This is your basic scratch.
Very good, very good.
The other spin you do.
Wow. That's awesome. Very, very good. So, no, you're very good. Your balance, your poise, the timing, and I almost think Michael Jackson kind of came in here and got some lessons, because I saw Michael Jackson spin up in here. I was like, But this was very exciting, very interesting, and I can't wait because so many young. You have two markets. You have the young children that's going to be very excited to do this, and very interesting as an adult.
Like myself, I started skating as an adult. I learned everything. All my spins, all my jumps, I learned as an adult.
And that's interesting, because most people think that you have to, at least I thought you had to be very young, to start out young. But this is encouraging, because I have a group called Seenagers.
Yes.
Over 55, because we still got it. So I'm going to be getting my skates in, and because I still roller skate, and I still, so roller skating, how different is that compared to roller skating?
I think on ice skates you can have more control once you get your balance on a single blade. And with roller skates, they're heavier. So ice skates, I think you can do more because they're not as heavy as roller skates. But people, in the beginning with roller skates, people probably feel more secure with roller skates because they have those 4 wheels.
I agree, because I'm like, that little blade, that's kind of like,
Yeah, that's when you got to get used to the balance. Like I was saying, like getting into your knees and ankles and keeping your center of gravity low, so you feel more in control on ice skates.
Well, I'm going to say this was one of the most exciting interviews. I have to say, because our online 24-hour television, we're getting 24-hour footage. So we're excited also. You're going to be an independent producer on our channel.
Yes,
yes. MTM Network TV.
Yes.
Oh, I'm very excited about that, and I'm pretty sure that's going to really boost our channel ratings up. And if you had something to leave, with your people that going to buy your book, people that's going to tune into your station, what would you leave them with?
I would say, no matter what your age, if you're a little kid or you're 80 years old, any dream you have, you should pursue it. And find a support team that will help you to achieve your goal. Because we can't do anything alone. Like, I'm teaming up with you, and you're helping me to create this instructional video.
Well,
you always have a dream, and you find a support group that can support your dream and help you and encourage you.
Well, I just want to say that my publicist, your publicist, the publisher of this great magazine, New York Global .biz, Irma Mitchell, she's sponsoring this event, and also WPAT, Christian Fellowship Council, and our affiliate in Brooklyn, King of Queen Radio out of Brooklyn, and also we got a new affiliate, Candid Darrell from Connecticut. So we just want to give a shout out to all of our wonderful sponsors, because it's just, you can't do it alone, like you said, and we're very, very grateful. And we just want to sign off and say, Anita Jones, we're going to see you at the top, because the bottom is too crowded.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for the interview and the support. It's really appreciated.
You're quite welcome. This is MTM Network TV. And I'm King Melvin Brown. Thank you.